Randall Hughes with GodGlorified.com, and we are commenting on today's Bible reading for March the 25th, and our reading included portions from Psalm 78, 91, 105, and Deuteronomy 34. And it's well established that Moses wrote several psalms or songs and psalms. We had a song within the book of Deuteronomy in chapter, I believe it was 32, right as we were leading up to this portion here. And Psalm 91 is attributed to Moses. And I love this psalm. It has some very unique things in it that I see that stand out to me. It starts out by saying, if we will dwell in the secret place. In other words, we have to find a place with God. It's really, I don't know that it's a location as much as it's a place where you are in relationship, where you can find His presence and you can feel Him speaking to you and moving in you and moving through you, and you dwell there. You make that your dwelling place, that you daily find that secret place and enter into that relationship with Him. It may include time in His Word, certainly time in prayer, time in meditation, forgive me. And so he says, I've made Him my, I dwell there. And Yahweh is my refuge and my fortress. I trust in Him. And so He's going to protect me. He's going to deliver me. There's all these various things that He speaks against that can come against, and we'll see it happen on the right hand and on our side. It will happen to others, but it will not come nigh to us. And why is that? It's verse 9. It's because Thou hast made Yahweh my refuge, even the Most High, Thy habitation. He had Moses build a tent, to build a tabernacle for him to tabernacle among His people. And now He wants us to be that tabernacle for Him to inhabit. And we want to make Him our habitation. This is, to me, just playing on words back and forth. I'm dwelling in Him, and He is dwelling in me. And He's going to protect my habitation because of the relationship I am in with Him. The angels will have charge over us to protect us and to keep us. Of course, this was something Satan quoted in the temptation of Jesus. It's interesting here that it says, you shall tread upon the lion and the adder and the young lion and dragon shalt thou trample under feet. This is where Jesus puts Satan in Luke chapter 10 as well as in Mark chapter 16. And so nothing can harm us when we are in habitation with Him. He will set His love on us because we set our love on Him. And He will set us on high because we know His name. He will call upon me, I will answer. He will be with me in trouble, and He will deliver and honor with long life as He shows His salvation to us. And so just a beautiful play on words on how God, once we're in relationship with Him, how His relationship, He reciprocates the favor and the love and the protection and the habitation. And so then Deuteronomy 34 goes back to Moses going up to die, to be gathered unto his people. Well, much like it happened with Aaron, it happened with Moses. And here it's on Mount Nebo and in the plains of Moab. And so that was where he died, and it says that God buried him in the valley in the land of Moab over against Beth Peor, and no man knows where the sepulcher is. And he was 120 years old. No one else like Moses that spoke with God, and it uses the phrase face to face. I will tell you that is, I don't know if a euphemism is the right word to use. It's meaning more than what it's not meaning a literal face to face. I do not believe. And I will probably at some time in the near future have a video bearing this out. And but it was in a simile, something that represented God that Moses interacted with, whether it's the cloud, the pillar of fire. There was some form that appeared that gave an appearance of Moses as speaking with God, and the voice coming from this cloud or this theophany in some form. And so Joshua is then anointed, and there's the transference of the laying on of hands by Moses on Joshua, and God transferred the spirit of wisdom to Joshua. And then we read some of the summing up of the history that Psalm 78 provides, giving various details about the miracles, even some details about Joseph being kept in irons. That's not some detail we don't receive from the book of Genesis, but here it is included. So there's some additional details. And forgive me, I'm about to shut down. But he remembered our flesh, that we are dust. He forgave, and he turned back, and God forgave and eventually turned to them. He tells of the destruction on Egypt and the various things, some different details there, how he guided them like sheep and kept them safe. And then his judgment fell upon them. He was wroth, abhorred them, forsook the tabernacle of Shiloh and the tent which he placed among them. Once again, that desire to inhabit and to be among them. And so more details there as we continue into Psalm 105. And it was also that they might observe his statutes and keep his laws and give him praise. And so that's what I want to do. I want to strive to be in relationship, to find that secret place where God has, where I can commune with him. I can be in relationship with him. I can be in fellowship with my Creator. And that's God's desire. That's his plan for your life and mine, for us to live in relationship. And one of these days, we will be transformed into his likeness, and we will see him face to face. I'm so looking forward to that day. I can't believe that it's much longer. So I just pray that something that we say or do is a blessing to you from God's word. God bless you.